help.
You just told us to get into the pool.
All right, it's Sam's big day. Do what he says.
You have to do what I say. Spider Sam says do this. Spider Sam says do this. Spider Sam says...
Is this Spider-Man or Simon Says?
You're out. Losers into the pool.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, hey, Jack! Put him down.
You're gonna drop the charges against my mother.
Echo kidnapped me.
It was a misunderstanding.
Really? She knocked me out, tied me up, stuffed me in the trunk of her car. I'm very claustrophobic. Then she dragged me into that hovel of a motel which she calls home. There was absolutely no misunderstanding. So understand this. As her victim, but more importantly, as the mayor of this town, I'm gonna see to it that she gets thrown in prison.
Put her in a cell, and you will have the one next to hers.
We need to talk about the note you left for Lieutenant McBain.
I'm sorry, what is this about?
This note? You left it on his desk?
Is my name on it?
No, but...
Then I don't know why you would think it was from me. But I do have to ask why you have a note meant for your superior officer.
There was a yellow piece of paper. It was right here. Yeah, Brody must have moved it.
John, what has gotten you so suspicious? You're gonna blame Brody for global warming next? Kind of been on him about everything lately.
So what was that with John McBain?
I'm not sure what you mean.
He was going after you. When Sam was missing?
This cop is just doing his job.
It was more than that. It was almost like he thought you had something to do with it.
Sebastian, he's a police officer. He's just looking after every angle.
You sure? Or was Mom right about you?
I thought you had superpowers.
Spider-Man, save me.
All right, can we cut the Spider-Man talk, please? I should be locked up.
Okay, well, we won't talk about Spider-Man anymore, okay, Sam?
He kidnapped you.
Jack, what did I just say?
He didn't kidnap me.
Okay, you know what? I know a superpower that Jack can't resist. And it's tickling!
No, no,
What is going on here? You have your son home safe and sound. Why don't you just take a chill pill and celebrate?
You took my name! You wanna know who I am? I'm Todd Mann.
I'm sorry, I just don't feel like myself today.
Don't even think about moving.
I saw my name on this note, so I picked it up. But you know my name's on there because you wrote it.
You have no reason to believe that.
I checked until I compared the handwriting on this note to the statement you wrote after you broke up my wedding. You know, the statement about how you changed the paternity tests to make it look like I was Ryder's father and Clint Buchanan wasn't Rex's. The handwriting matched.
I've broken no laws.
Echo told me you were there when Clint had his heart attack.
Indeed. I saved his life.
Oh, yeah, you called the ambulance, but not until the damage had already been done. You were ready to let him die.
This, according to Echo. You know, the police will never believe her because she is a known liar.
What about Clint? What would he say?
Now I'm hungry.
Me too.
It's my day. We're having Sundays for lunch.
Well, if you're having Sundays for lunch, you better get out of that pool right now. Come on. Let me dry you off. There we go. Todd, you gonna come with us?
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Oh, Sam, you are so lucky. When I saved someone, all I got was Mom and Dad calling me a great one for a couple of weeks.
Did you know the man with the mono on his face too?
You mean the kidnapper?
He's not a kidnapper.
Well, he's not Spider-Man. Spider-Man's fake.
Come on.
Hey, you go ahead. You and I have to have a little talk, hero. Okay?
Okay.
Hey. Sam, let's talk about Spider-Man.
You one of them?
No. Been on my own ever since I can remember. Now you stay still.
Okay.
Till I figure out how bad you hurt.
Who are you?
I'm the guy who saved your life.
Mom warned me about you.
Well, your mother and I had... Sorry. I need to deal with this. We have to talk about this later, all right?
What were you two fighting about now?
I got a better question. What's going on with your husband and my father?
What do you want? Is that any way to greet an old friend?
You and I were never friends.
I suppose that's why you broke your promise.
Yes. I wrote that note. I know that there's no good way to get bad news, but I'm sorry, officer. That must have been a really hard way to find out that Liam isn't your son.
I already knew.
You knew? How?
You were all over Brody when we found out the tape was erased. But Brody knew how much I was trying to remember what was on that tape, and he knew that Marty tried to kill me over what was on that tape, so why would he erase it?
How did you find out?
Natalie Banks? No, her child is...
John McBain's.
No. Brody
yes.
love it.
Oh, yes.
Brody love it.
No, sir. No, sir.
Liam is the child's name. Is John McBain's flesh and blood. And John McBain has no clue.
You saw Marty change the test, didn't you?
I did see Marty in the lab that night. That's true.
And you've kept that to yourself all this time. Why now, Patel? What made you decide you had to tell John McBain?
My wife told me she was pregnant. I was so thrilled to be a father. I dreamed about my child every night for months. I even went to prison for my child. And then I found out that she lied. There was no child. It nearly destroyed me. No one deserves a lie like that. I have to tell John McBain the truth.
No, you don't.
Why would Brody erase the tape?
It was just a question, Natalie. I wasn't accusing anyone. Is that the envelope from the lab? Because someone needs to explain to me why there's a guy running around with Todd Manning's whole face.
You saved my life. I saw it all go down. They shot you and dumped you in the river and took off. If I hadn't pulled you out, you'd be fish bait.
Thank you.
So, why'd they try to kill you? Who are you?
It's a very good question.
No more notes. To John McBain, no phone calls, no texts.
I'm sorry, officer. I must do the right thing.
And what is that, Patel? In my book, the right thing always starts with your family. You do the right thing for your family.
Of course.
And I'm sure you're going to want to protect that nice, shiny image your parents have got of you.
What do you mean?
We had a nice little chat, your parents and I.
What did you tell them?
Nothing. Nothing. I just listened. And I gotta say, I was surprised. You never told them that you were arrested, that you did time at Statesville, or that you lost your wife, your job, and any hope of that little grandson that they keep bragging about.
They know nothing about my life.
And it can stay that way, as long as you keep your mouth shut about Liam.
I'm sorry, officer,
You will be sorry. You tell my secret, Patel, and I swear I'll tell yours.
No, that can't happen.
So, then we have an understanding.
No. I have to tell my parents the truth about my wretched life.
These are the records the techs pulled off of the cell phone they found in the Minuteman motel room. The phone belongs to Nicholas Kent.
So after our guy killed him, he took his phone, his money, and his credit cards.
We couldn't get much off the phone. All the incoming and outgoing numbers are untraceable.
Probably his calls to whatever organization Kent worked for.
There's one call. It's made to Todd yesterday.
When?
During the time we were over there questioning everybody. And Todd took off, supposedly to look for Sam.
Get anything off the credit cards?
Let's see. Looks like our suspect got some clothes, a computer, and a bulletproof vest.
You lucky you were wearing this. You knew they were coming for you. Who are they?
8 years. They held me for 8 years.
Why?
They think I have something that they want.
What?
I don't know. I got away. They keep coming after me.
Well, they won't come after you anymore. They think you're dead.
You broke the rules, Tomas. You came to Landview and got involved in things that weren't your business.
I came here for a woman. Blair Kramer. I didn't know what I was walking into. I didn't know my sister was going to be in the middle of it. I'm just here doing what I know I can to keep the people I love safe.
Tomas has always been very protective of me, Baz. So has Todd. Unfortunately, they're not the best of friends. So Tomas is always trying to protect me from Todd, and Todd is always trying to protect me from Tomas.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
What do you mean?
Haven't you noticed they always have their heads together?
I guess it felt like progress to me.
Yeah, if they were having a beer or something. But it's like you can cut the tension with a knife. Your husband is hiding something. And my dad? I mean, my mom always told me that he wasn't just some overpaid concert pianist. She told me that he was dangerous. And she's not the only one who thinks so. Were you here when Lieutenant McBain questioned him? He suspects him. I don't know of what, but it's pretty serious. I'm telling you, your husband and your brother are up to something.
So what did you and this guy with the line on his face talk about?
All kinds of stuff. I didn't know he was Spider-Man until he took me away and keep me safe.
Safe from what?
The Green Goblin, he was at your house. Spider-Man said he changed his face.
And what else did he say?
Daddy's gonna beat him.
Did he say anything bad about me?
No, he is a hero. He made me one too.
Sam, this guy's not a hero. He's not actually Spider-Man. Hey! He's a fake. He is a fake. He's worse than that. He's a bad guy.
Dad!
You understand me?
Dad!
You're not. You don't talk to him. If you talk to him, you call me, have someone else call me. You understand?
Stop!
Clint is no saint. I shouldn't have to tell you that. In fact, as soon as he is well enough, he's on his way to prison. So there's no way the police are going to believe anything he has to say.
I'm sure his brother will pay attention. I did some checking. Rama Patel said that she saw you standing over Clint's body. I'm sure she'd be willing to testify that you waited to call 911.
Right, Rama Patel. who's married to the man who changed the paternity test results so Clint would not be your father. Listen, that begs the question. Why do you care what happens to Clint?
Because he took Gigi's heart. Because of you. You're the reason she was cut open.
In point of fact, your Gigi had the generosity, the integrity to become an organ donor. If her heart hadn't gone to Clint, it would have gone to somebody else.
If it hadn't been for you and your sociopath of a nephew, Gigi would still be alive. Jack locked her in a basement. Jack killed her. And I'm not going to stand here and watch you take another woman away from my son. I will take you down first.
Look, Patel, you don't have to do that.
No, I have to tell them. I can't have them finding out from some police officer that I've been in prison,
No, I'm not
that I'm
going
a
to tell
failure.
them, I swear.
No, you just said...
I know what I just said, all right? I panicked. I was wrong. Okay? I'm not a blackmailer. I'm not going to threaten you or your parents. And I'm sorry I took it that far. In fact, I'm ashamed of myself.
I'm ashamed of myself, too. I let everybody down, including myself.
Fimo, please. My whole life, all I've ever wanted is a family.
Me too.
And for months now, I've thought of Liam as mine. I held him. I fed him. I rocked him to sleep. He's my son. I love him. And John, he doesn't want anything to do with Liam or Natalie. But I can't imagine my life without them. I've already lost one son, Ryder, because of you. You altered that paternity test, and it cost me my son and his mother. Please don't take Liam away from me. I love him.
This is what we got off the suspect's computer.
It's all about Manning.
Yeah, tons of searches on him.
So our suspect, he leaves Sam alone. He tells him he's gonna go fight villains. At the same time, Todd gets a call, and he takes off, says he's gonna go look for Sam.
Do you think that my uncle and the suspect met face to face?
Sam, Mom wants you to go inside and get out of that wet bathing suit.
Fine. I can see the man with the lion face whenever I want.
Better get ready, Sue.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
You were yelling at Sam. You're not fine.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but a man dressed as Spider-Man kidnapped him. And now he thinks that Spider-Man is his hero and his friend. For all we know, this Spider-Man guy could be a pervert.
I know that it's very scary, but Sam is home. He's okay now.
Yeah, he's gonna stay that way if I have to put all my people on him 24/7. What? You have a better idea?
No, I have a question. Sam saw a photo of you from what you used to look like before. He thought that was the man in the Spider-Man suit.
Well, then Sam is obviously lying.
He's not lying.
Well, he's making up stories then, isn't he? Just like you used to do when you were his age. That's why nobody believed you when you said that you saw a man on a wheel. Right? You were the girl who cried wolf. All kids do that. It's no big deal.
First of all, I was right about that story. And what if there is a man out there that looks just like
There is no man! What are you talking? What man? I am your father. Me, here I am. Right? And whoever this guy is with the line on his face, it doesn't matter. He isn't Todd Manning.
I never said that he was.
I had no intention of getting mixed up in the Manning mess again.
Good. Then stay away from him.
Well, I'd like to, but I can't. Sam Manning identified as abductor. He picked out the old photo of Manning, you know, the one with the scarred face? How's that possible?
Don't worry about that. It's been taken care of.
And what does that mean?
It seems that the man who kidnapped Sam Manning is dead and gone. So, no more loose ends. Now, I think it's time for you to get out of Landview and go back to your old life in Paris.
So? Is my father some kind of international criminal?
No, of course not.
Well, then why does the CIA have a coded file on him? And why was he arrested for shooting your husband?
The arrest was based on circumstantial evidence, and the charges were dropped. As to the file, I'm not sure why the CIA was keeping tabs on him. Your father and I were out of touch for many years, you know that.
So you don't trust him either?
I trust him.
You sure? I mean, for all we know, he could have shot that guy they found at Star's aunt's pool.
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, Lieutenant McBain clearly thinks it's possible, and that he might have had something to do with Sam's kidnapping.
Tomas was here when Sam was kidnapped.
Well, then maybe he was working with someone else. That guy that Sam said has your husband's old face? Spider-Man?
Oh, thank you. That gotta start your heart. So this is what happened to the little kid, huh?
Nah, you can't believe everything you read, especially in that rag.
Wasn't always a rag. It's the best paper in town. Before they took it, they took my whole life.
I hear you. My ex-wife's new husband did the same thing. SOB sits in my chair, drives my car, watches my TV.
They didn't just take my stuff. They took everything. There's a guy who actually thinks that he's me.
You look like you?
No.
So nobody's buying it?
No, everybody's buying it, but my kids are buying it. My wife is buying it. Everybody's buying it. The guy buys it himself. I held a gun to his head. He didn't even blink.
Oh, you bluffing?
No, he's not. He actually thinks that he's me, but he's not me. I'm me, right?
You know, there's a guy over at Rhodey's. Thinks he's Bon Jovi.
I'm not crazy.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm not. I know who I am.
Well, all I know is somebody's trying to kill you. Let me tell you something. They were pros. So something's up.
So everything I'm saying to you, you believe me?
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
So, how you gonna get your life back?
I don't answer to you anymore, Baker. You don't get to tell me what to do. I go where I want, when I would. If you set foot anywhere near this house again, you won't live long enough to regret it.
I suggest you consider my offer. I'll stop by another time.
What was that?
Just some salesman.
Really? What was he selling?
Some high-speed cable connection. I don't know, it's a scam or something. Oh, yeah.
And you let some TV salesman get under your skin like that?
I never said that Sam's friend was you. Or that you were not my dad. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm a little on edge. Almost losing Sam just threw me. You know, if any of my kids get in trouble, I lose it a little bit. It's like that when you were born. Ever since you were born, you know that I would do anything to keep you safe, right?
Are you okay? What is it then?
The problem is that if I go to see my family, they're gonna think that I'm the impostor. Because this guy, he's been there for like 8 years. And if that other guy, if he sees me, he's gonna go right to the people who've been trying to kill me and tell them that I'm alive.
So this guy is hooked up with the people who shot you?
Yeah, he is. And if they find out that I'm alive, I lose the one advantage that I have.
So in other words, you have no plan of action?
No, not.
Well, buddy, I hate to say it, but you can't stay here.
Oh, no, I know that. Listen, thank you so much for your hospitality. I know I gotta go. And hey, listen, I'm reasonably certain that I'm an incredibly wealthy guy, so as soon as I get my life back, I'm gonna help you get back on your feet, I promise.
Sorry, I'm not holding my breath.
The one thing that I do know about myself for certain is that I'm a survivor. And I will get my life back. You can count on that.
But how?
Yeah, that I don't know.
You ever thought about talking to the cops?
No, I hate cops.
I avoid them myself whenever possible. But there's this one cop who's okay. Somebody tries to chase me out of here, he smoothes it over. And he fronts me food from roadies ever since he bought the joint. He's good people. You can trust him. His name's John McBain.
So you think that Sam's kidnapper called Todd, and instead of telling us that the guy made contact, Todd just took off to meet him on his own?
Well, you find it hard to believe that Manning would keep the call to himself and then go after the guy on his own?
No, that's exactly what he would do.
Lieutenant?
Yeah.
I've got the DNA results you've been waiting for.
Thanks. Was there a match to someone in the system?
Yeah, we got a hit.
That means that the hairs that I found in the bushes outside of Todd's house, where we found the guy that was supposed to play Spider-Man, that those hairs match someone who has a record. So with luck, we'll be able to figure out who kidnapped Sam.
You owe me nothing. I'm just asking you, man to man, father to father, please, can you just leave it alone?
I promise you that I will reconsider my decision to tell Lieutenant McBain.
Thank you, Vimmel. And if you do decide that you have to go through with it, will you please just give me a heads up so that I can prepare myself?
Of course, man.
Although I don't know how you prepare yourself to lose your child.
What's gonna be, Dorian? You gonna drop the charges against my mother?
Rex, the police found your mother holding me hostage. If I don't press charges against her, the Commonwealth will.
You want your happily ever after with David. You convince Bo and Nora that you were not kidnapped. No charges. You hear me? Otherwise, you can kiss your husband, your freedom, and your family goodbye.
Oh, my hero!
Hey, Joey, I saved your life. Today's my day. We're having a party.
Oh, goody.
Must be nice to have something to celebrate.
Everything okay?
Yeah, fine. Why?
Why? Because I just had to field some questions from your very observant son, and guess what? I had no answers.
To what?
Tomas, I've been giving you the benefit of the doubt ever since you came to Llanview. Now, thank God, Todd is no longer accusing you of having shot him. But after Sam was kidnapped, McBain was all over you about it.
Oh, look, I can't control McBain any more than your husband can.
I hope you don't think that comparing yourself to my husband is going to win any points with me. I know who my husband is. Or I thought I did.
What does that mean?
Sam says that there's a guy out there with Todd's face, the face that I fell in love with. What am I supposed to do with that?
Taya, since the day I walked in here, I have begged you to leave that man.
Why? Why? What do you know that I don't know?
I can't tell you, you just have to trust me.
No, not anymore. You have to tell me what you know right now.
Hey, Stark, wait up.
Hey,
Hey, where are you going?
I'm meeting my mom and my brother at the Buenos Dias. We're throwing this party for Sam. We sort of messed up his birthday and he saved my Aunt Dorian. Anyway, I had to stop and get gas.
You got Twizzlers twist?
Yeah, I'm starving. You want some?
Yeah, awesome.
I'm sorry. I just have to save some for Sam. They're his favorite too.
So is your dad gonna be at this party?
No. He should be, but he got a text and said he couldn't come.
So what is going on with this psychopath who almost killed me? He's got my old face. And he's claiming that I stole his family and his company. Who is he? And why do you seem to know so much about him?
Did you say John McBain?
You know him? Tell me about John McBain.
I can't.
Can't or won't?
No, I don't know the guy.
Why is he asking about this?
I've heard of him. I think he might have heard of me.
Well, I got a number for him, if you want to call him. I'm sort of his eyes and ears down there on the docks. I call him when I see something, and he calls me if he's got a question. You tell him Louie sent you. I guarantee he picks up. I always use that payphone right over there.
No cops. I'll take care of this one all on my own.
On your own got you to the bottom of the river.
Those hairs belong to Todd?
Yeah, it looks that way.
Well, it could have been there from before. I mean, it is his property.
Or
what?
Excuse me. Hey, I gotta take this. This is my guy on the street. Hey, Louie.
Guess again.
Is Louie okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He said I should call you.
And you are?
I think we should talk. Alone. I'll know if you bring backup.
Okay. What's this about?
Todd Manning.
Anything good?
Maybe.
Gonna go check it out?
Oh, hell yeah.
Aunt Dorian, you have to stay. We're having Sundays for lunch.
Oh, I wish I could stay, but I've got so many things to do. Uncle David and we're having our movie premiere tomorrow. But thank you for asking. Bye-bye.
Dorian.
Gotta fly.
Yeah, you don't drop those charges before the premiere tomorrow night, you're not gonna be there to enjoy it.
Look at that.
Enjoy.
Thank you. I think we will.
Let me know if you need anything else.
I sure will. Oh, would you take a picture, please, for the birthday boy? Come on, you sit up high so she can get in the photo. And here's the camera.
For what?
Well, for what? It's your birthday. We gotta sing happy birthday. Will you make a wish with us?
Brody! Hey, where were you? John said he didn't know anything about a case you were working on.
Oh, it's something I'm working on for Bo.
Oh. You didn't take something off of John's desk, did you?
His desk? No. Why?
No reason. It's just John being John.
Come out wherever you are.
My dad's been acting strange all morning, okay? He wouldn't even go swimming in the pool today, even though he practically invented sharks and minnows, and I caught him hammering Sam about the kidnapper. He was yelling at him saying how bad he was and how he needs to stay away from him.
So they still haven't caught the guy?
No. When I asked him why Sam said that the guy had his old face, he went crazy.
What do you mean?
He started freaking out, saying that guy isn't your father, I am. Like, any of us would think that. And then he got all sentimental, which he never does. He started saying how much his kids mean to him, and then he went on to tell me the story about how he held me for the first time. It was really weird.
Well, what do you think's going on?
I don't know. I'm used to my dad being a complicated person. One minute he's making a fort with Sam, the next he's yelling at a guy from the Sun for making the font too small, but this was like something that I've never seen.
What?
He was scared, and my dad doesn't scare easily.
What do you think he's afraid of?
I think he was afraid of losing us.
Don't worry about the man with the scar. He's not an issue.
He was gonna shoot me.
He's dead at the bottom of the Lantano River with a bullet in him.
You're my brother. You owe me a truthful answer, and if you can't give me that, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to pack your bags and leave this house.
So he's dead?
I watched the body sink.
Good. Who was he, anyway?